Hey guys, Metal Viking 82 here, back with a new Viking Orations. Last one of 2021, and I'm going to end things with some Indiana metal here, and that is the debut full-length album from the band Lavaborne, entitled Black Winged Gods. And if you are not familiar with Lavaborne, they are a heavy / doom metal band from Indianapolis, Indiana, that formed back in 2017, featuring Brandon Davis on bass, Chris Latta on vocals, Brandon Signorino on guitars, Freddie Rodriguez also handling guitars, and Max Barber handling the drums. As I said, this is their debut full-length album. It is 10 tracks, clocks in just under 44 minutes in length. Out now on Wise Blood Records. On CD, it is limited to 200 copies, and cassette is 50 copies. And yeah, I gotta say, I really enjoy this album. Things start off with this almost like militaristic drum roll / drum beat, accompanied by a really heavy riff that just makes the whole song seem like it's almost celebratory, for a lack of a better term, in a sense, and it ends with this heavy, sustained chord that slowly fades out and blends seamlessly into track number 2, The Heathen Church, with this almost Candlemass-esque intro. And that's the thing about this album, is there's a lot of Candlemass influence to their sound, in my opinion. The guitar work here is really well executed. It's heavy tone, mixing the mid to kind of fast-paced riffing, with riffs that can go from really epic to just slow and dirgy, almost evil sounding at times, with some really nice guitar solos throughout this thing. Equally, I think the bass tone is heavy and thick, tending to kind of work in tandem with the guitars to give everything that needed backbone. Though it may not seem high in the mix, it can still be heard rather easily as you're listening to it. Track number 5, Mortal Pride. You can really hear the bass well here in this song, and it definitely, I think, complements the really epic sounding guitar riffs of that song, and I love that little twang that it has to it as well. The drums have a very organic, almost rehearsal room sound quality to them, with a nice oomph to the kicks, really solid double bass work, good snap to the snare, and really good patterns, rolls, and fills throughout this entire release, in my opinion. Let's see here, get my page turned if it'll cooperate with me. Let's see here. Now, moving on to Chris's vocals. In addition to, some of the guitar riffs throughout this entire album, they are, his vocals are one of the biggest Candlemass comparisons that could be found here, as he sounds really similar to Messiah Marcolin, but he doesn't have those kind of over-the-top tendencies that Messiah had when he was doing his vocals. Very good utilization of the gang shouts on tracks number 3, Flesh, Blood, and Bone, and track number 9, Prove Your Worth. I thought those were really well done. Track number 7, Master of Medusa, actually has guest vocals by a lady called Zeba Latifi. Hopefully I pronounced that right. If not, I truly apologize. And I've never heard of her before, but I really enjoyed her vocals. She kind of, I guess you could say, almost duets with Chris here, but they're kind of singing at the same time, but you can still make out both vocalists very well, and I think she's got a really powerful sounding voice. I really enjoyed her performance on here. Some of the other things that I picked out while listening to this album: track number 4, The Great Reward. The opening here reminds me a bit of Albatross, the song by Corrosion of Conformity, and I just love that heavy, groovy riff at the 34-second mark, right after the little solo with some pinch harmonics in it. I just thought that sounded really cool. Track number 6, The Serpent Seed. Probably my favorite track off of this album. Has everything from the drum work to the vocal delivery, and everything on that song is just so damn catchy. So if I were to recommend any song to check out off of this album to give you an idea of the Lavaborne sound, it would definitely be The Serpent Seed. Absolutely loved that song. Track number 8, the title track, Black Winged Gods. At the 146 mark, I love that little acoustic passage that occurs, and it comes in with these really cool, almost monk, like choir-esque style vocals over the slow drum beat, topped off with a really nice guitar solo at the 3:02 mark. It picks up again at 4:48 with some killer double bass work, and then at the 5-minute mark, it has this nice, heavy little section that leads to a trade-off style solo that kind of reminds you of something the Priest would do. Just a really awesome instrumental track. Loved it. Track number 10, The Final Mystery. I love the bass intro to this song. It has a definite Sabbath vibe. Really reminded me of NIB once they really kind of get started with the song. I was really reminded of that song while listening to it. Overall, I think this is just an absolutely fantastic debut release. Really well written and executed. The songs get longer as the album progresses, and yet you don't really notice these things. A credit to their songwriting ability, in my opinion, because anytime you write long songs, if you can't keep somebody's attention or make it seem like you're not really listening for that long, then I don't know, it doesn't seem right to me. But I think the way that they made these longer songs flow and you don't even realize how long you've been listening to it is, again, a credit to their great songwriting ability. I highly recommend that anyone check out this band if they're into that really heavy, doomy style of metal. So go check out Lavaborne. Last time I checked, there were still copies available through the Wise Blood Records Bandcamp. I will be leaving a link down below so you can check it out for yourself. I give this a solid 9 out of 10. Go check out Lavaborne, and I am really anxious to see what these guys come up with in the future. And yeah, that is going to do it. Final review of 2021. Sorry I've been out of doing reviews and even videos for a while. I already explained why, but I will definitely be trying to be more prominent and more, what's the word I'm looking for? Productive, there we go, in the coming year. So until then, thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing. And until next time, stay brutal.